Hi, my name is Pam and this is Jason, and we work at Dover Coal and Partners. We've been working with Sierra Norte Development in order to create the master plan for Mesa Vista.
Mesa Vista is a site east of downtown Las Cruces, out on Highway 70, just south of the Oregon Mountains High School. It's a large site, about 800 acres.
We had a virtual public charrette a few weeks ago, and we asked people what was one word that came to mind for this area in the future. Community is what came to mind.
Right now, this is what it looks like from the highway. You look to your right, you look south, just before you get to the high school, and you see a large stretch of rolling hills and bush and creosote. And right now, there is a street, Mesa Central Drive, which is parallel Highway 70 access lane, and it leads to houses. And this road, which currently exists, it would be the core of the town center.
So we imagined a picturesque little town. You can imagine a corner store one can walk to, a park, with the ability to walk to Oregon Mountains High School.
This area, this community provides a center for the east side. It's a spot that people would drive to, or ideally walk to or bike to in the morning, instead of driving out of. It creates a nucleus for life in Las Cruces.
The town center doesn't need to be built all at once. It can start with just the smallest increment of urbanism.
Just three sides facing a plaza, a small courtyard plaza, and we'll just go from there.
The Courtyard Plaza can be shaded with buildings, colonnades, umbrellas, and trees. At night it can be lit.
You see buildings, commercial buildings. These are three commercial buildings, and they have similar proportions and facades, and they're very simple. But we could explore Spanish Revival style, or even a Pueblo style, or a territorial revival style. We definitely want it to be of its place. We want people to be able to just be here and say, I've arrived. This is Mesa Vista. This is just outside Las Cruces.
Some of the uses in this area could be a cafe, a tapas bar, a place to get coffee, a place to browse shops and window shop.
I like the fountain, which sort of anchors the plaza and gives a center to the life that happens around it. You see, we're going under the colonnades, and there are people that are dining. In German, there's a word, Gemütlichkeit, if I'm pronouncing it at all correctly, and it's that feeling you get when you're with people outside. It's convivial, there's cheer, and it's comfy and it's cozy, and that can be created in a small little piazza like this.
Creates a complete place, and so you don't need the whole thing all at once. There's the nice cafe tables. Have a nice drink.
There'd probably be a few different vendors, tapas bar and the wine tastings, and maybe a couple fancy restaurants and an inexpensive one. So this is the small courtyard plaza where we started. We cross the road, we cross Mesa Central Drive, and we arrive at the second place. If, the market supports a second area, if people come, then there would be a more formal plaza, a little plaza, a placita, one with a gazebo in the middle and a courtyard off of it.
This is roughly the same size as Old Mesa's Plaza, about 150 feet by 300 feet. Although Old Mesa's Plaza has streets on all four sides, this only has streets on two sides, so the buildings are able to come in a little bit closer and help frame the space.
It reminds me of Santa Fe or Albuquerque, or probably more closely like the little mission, San Elizario in El Paso's Mission Valley.
So you see we're going from one plaza across the street to the larger plaza. A nice calm street, wide sidewalks, nice and safe, so everything feels like it's together.
Street trees and trees in the park provide shade. There's areas that are watered by the rain. There's a gazebo for maybe music. People are nodding and saying hello to each other. Is it old fashioned? A little, but in a kind of cool way.
You could have a movie theater to help anchor the edge of the plaza. You could have iconic signage. There could also be a hotel here to be used as a jumping off point to go visit the Oregon Mountains or explore the different trails through the arroyos.
I see people selling things, galleries, maybe an independent bookstore, restaurants, people outside.
Small passageways that lead you through the different areas of the town center. You could even rent a bike and explore the area for the day.
What kind of uses could this area support? Well, again, a lot of this is up to the market, but community centers like this tend to have pharmacies and one or two small restaurants, maybe a cafe or two. Breweries and pubs are really popular.
You could have a nail salon or a hair salon, a bank, a small hardware store, maybe even a bakery.
Medical offices, possibly, or perhaps a small government building. Definitely a cinema or small clothing shops for kids or for luxury items. Bookstore. This is very close to the high school, so possibly a candy shop or the kind of things that young adults like to go to, like a Game Time or a Dave and Buster's.
Now, when we zoom out and look at the town center from a distance, one thing you might notice is that the parking is located in the middle of the block with the buildings fronting the street. That makes it a much more pleasant walk down the street. And one other thing we've done is we've created these larger greens that give a peek into the town center. There's one located off of Mesa Grande Drive and another one off of Highway 70.
During the public process, people talked about how they wanted to create a gateway. And we know that your experience of a place, your memory of a place, is created sort of unshakably by the first impression that you have. And so this would be the first impression from Las Cruces. And these greens are thus facing the streets, welcoming people.
So another thing we're doing is we are creating more streets to create blocks. Now, the way streets used to be named is, the east-west streets would be named after trees like elm and poplar, and the north-south streets would be named after minerals like silver and gold.
We could do that, and cities in the West have been doing that for a long time. The joke is, though, that you can find your way around Denver with a map of Boise.
It's been fun working on this project, not thinking about the pandemic for a little bit and really just thinking about the future and people getting together out in plazas, around picnic tables, getting a cold beer with friends, maybe even seeing a concert.
I mean, will it be built this way? It is a question. It has been romantically planned and drawn. Will it be built this way? We've done everything that we can do, and now it's up to you. Stay involved in the process. Thanks for all of your ideas. Thank you for all of your input. And join us at mesavistamasterplan.com and follow the conversation.